the floor, the Hofstra University class of 2021. be seated, everyone. Good morning. I'm Janet Lenahan, and I have the pleasure and privilege of serving as interim provost. Welcome to the 2021 mid-year commencement exercises at Hofstra University. Before we begin, we need to make a few announcements of changes that happened as a result of the changing public health concerns. First, our students crossing the stage must now leave their mask on. And secondly, our reception previously scheduled in the physical education building following the ceremony has been canceled. We encourage you to use any outdoor space on our beautiful campus to take your commencement photos. Thank you for your cooperation as we work to keep our community safe. As part of our foundation of our ceremony today, we gratefully acknowledge the Native peoples on whose ancestral homeland we gather, as well as the diverse and vibrant Native communities who make their home here and throughout the state and throughout New York State today. We take a moment to recognize the original inhabitants of this territory, indigenous land, which we acknowledge as sacred territory, as the land of many tribes, including the Matincox, the Merricks, and the Massapequa in the miles around us. And now we begin our program with the invocation by Sheikh Abad Wali, followed by the national anthem led by Kyla Siraj Bali, class of 2023. Will everyone please stand in body or spirit? Thank you.
Greetings of peace and blessings. As we come together today, physically, I request us all to come together mentally and spiritually. Let us pray. Our Lord, we thank you for this moment as we come together to celebrate in the accomplishment of our graduating class of 2021. Our Lord, in the spirit of all those who you have blessed before us, allow us to be trustworthy, like Adam was with his progeny, loyal, like Abraham was with humanity, friendly, like Noah was with his community, courteous, like Jacob was with all his sons, kind, like Joseph was to all his siblings, obedient like Moses was to his nation, cheerful like David was to his people, thrifty like Solomon was with his kingdom, brave like Mary was, the mother of Jesus in adversity, clean and pure like Jesus' soul, and reverent like Prophet Muhammad was to the community. In the words of Abraham, peace be upon him, as he built the house of God with his son, ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم. O our Lord, accept this moment from us, for verily you are all-hearing, all-knowing. Amen.
broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Now, performing our alma mater is the Hofstra Vocal Ensemble, accompanied by the Hofstra University Symphony Orchestra, conducted by Dr. David Freiling. The words to the alma mater can be found on the inside cover of your program.
Where minds are filled with wonder and hearts are full of pride,
There stands our alma mater, so radiant to shine.
nurturing thy scholars like parents raise their young.
Dear Hofstra, we are grateful, and thus we thank thee for inspiring us and guiding us through all the great unknown. Oh, hail the blue and gold, unrivaled motivation, invaluable and true, selfless with thy knowledge and vision to pursue. Through all the lands we journey, thou shalt remain our home. Dear Hofstra, we are grateful, and thus we thank thee for inspiring us and guiding us through all the great unknown. Oh, hail the blue and gold.
I now have the great pleasure of making some very special introductions, beginning with the chairperson of the Board of Trustees, Donald Schaefer. We also have with us today Trustee Stellar Mendez as well. Join me in thanking both of them for being with us today. I am also very pleased to introduce our deans. Please stand as you are introduced and remain standing until all the deans have been announced. We will start with the Stewart and Rabinowitz Honors College, Warren Fresina. Kathleen Gallo, Hofstra Northwell School of Nursing and Physician Assistant Studies. Mark Lukashevitz, Lawrence Herbert School of Communication. Gail Prudenti, Morris A. Dean School of Law. Sina Rabbani, DeMatteis School of Engineering and Applied Science. Daniel Siebold, Hofstra College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, which includes the School of Education, the Calico School of Government, Public Policy, and International Affairs, the School of Humanities, Fine and Performing Arts, and the School of Natural Sciences and Mathematics. Holly Syrup, Dean of School of Health Professions and Human Services, K.G. Viswanathan, the Frank G. Zarb School of Business. Please join me in welcoming all of our amazing deans. I would also like to introduce William Caniano, Chair of the University Senate Executive Committee, representing our faculty leadership. And also representing our alumni, we welcome Hillary Sirota Needle, class of 1999. Hillary is not only our alumni organization president, she is also representing Hofstra parents today, as her daughter is graduating from our PA program. Please join me in welcoming Hillary and Belle. And of course, the person who leads our university, please welcome to the podium for her first commencement at Hofstra, our president, Dr. Susan Poser.
Well, hello, class of 2021, and welcome everyone to Hofstra University's December commencement. I also want to make a special welcome and thank you to the chair of the Hofstra Board of Trustees, Mr. Don Schaefer, and Trustee Stella Mendez, as well as our commencement speaker and honorary degree recipient, Ms. Kathryn Marinello, who will be more formally introduced in a moment. To the families and friends of our graduates, thank you for being here today, and thank you for everything that you have done to support these students. Graduates, let's show our appreciation and love for all of the people who are here and those who could not be here to make this day possible. And let's also take a moment to thank your professors, your mentors and advisors, and Hofstra staff members, the ones who helped get you here where you are all sitting today, not only by teaching you, but also helping you through challenging projects and assignments, supporting you in myriad ways, many of which were invisible to you, in student organizations, athletics, internships, clubs, residence life, dining, and so forth. Let's give them a big thank you as well. And to our graduates, the fact that you have succeeded in getting to this place in your lives, this celebration of educational achievement, and are sitting here today during a global pandemic when the stresses on your lives and the lives of your families may have been almost unbearable at times. This shows a deep level of commitment to education. It shows resiliency and determination, and all of this will serve you very well as you go forward. So this is my opportunity to offer a few words before we confer your degrees. I want to talk for a moment about what you will be taking with you when you walk out of these doors today as Hofstra University alumni, and why it is important. Of course, you will be walking out with your degrees. Well, actually not really. The piece of paper representing your degree is, as they say, in the mail. To our undergraduates, you are also leaving with a well-exercised mind. Your brains probably needed a little exercise when you first got to Hofstra from high school or maybe from community college. They had not yet been tested by the rigor provided by the outstanding faculty at Hofstra. But now your minds are well-trained. They are taut and agile, having been shaped by your experiences here, learning how to write well, to analyze critically, to calculate, to communicate, to create, to consider things from multiple points of view. You are now in good shape to take on the world, whether that is further study in graduate or professional school, a new job, or some other adventure. And to our graduate students, those receiving master's, doctorates, and law degrees today, at the risk of taking this metaphor too far, I would say your brains are now like elite Olympic athletes at peak performance and ready for the big time. All of you, your achievement of a degree indicates that you have come through a time of intense learning in an academic environment, which was also likely a period of great personal growth and even maybe of growing up. Many of you made what will become lifelong friends and spent hours and hours with these friends, with the freedom and time to savor these friendships on a daily basis. In these ways, this commencement marks the end of a very distinct time in your lives. But at the same time, the idea of commencement, and the word itself, of course, signifies a beginning, a time to commence, a time to take all of your experiences at Hofstra, both in and outside of the classroom, the lab, and the studio, and begin again as you move into work, graduate or professional school, or whatever it is that comes next. And like most beginnings, commencement is an exciting time, but also a time of uncertainty. Most of you will now go back to being at the bottom of the heap, whether that's in a new job or in your first year in graduate school. Like freshmen all over again, you will be new. You may not know the people or the customs of your new environment, and you will have to figure it all out for yourselves, all while trying to make a good impression on your new colleagues. And this cycle of new beginnings never ends. Believe me, I'm going through it myself here at Hofstra as the new president for only 5 months. These new beginnings are moments of personal challenge and opportunities to grow again. And this time, when you go out there and start anew, you will be armed with all that you have learned and experienced here at Hofstra. So you will go forth with great advantages, and these advantages will bring opportunities your way. Having worked so hard to get to this moment, you have earned these opportunities. Your job now is to recognize them and seize them to build a life for yourselves, to do great things, and to continue to serve others. Whatever degree you're getting today, you're all taking with you from Hofstra a world-class education, as well as experiences outside the classroom that come from completing projects and doing internships, participating in athletics, serving in student government and other student activities, engaging with the arts, and serving the community. I hope that this political, cultural, and civic engagement will continue to be an important part of your future. Our collective future as a country and a world depends on this. And having attended Hofstra, you know what it is, and you know how to do it. So on behalf of Hofstra University, I promise you that we will always be your university, and we will continue to support you. Like you, we will continue to grow in strength and reputation, enhancing the value of your degree. We will always strive to make you proud, just as you have and will continue to make us proud. After all, one way to measure the greatness of a university is by the success and the humanity of its alumni, and you are now all a part of that legacy. And please remember to share your future accomplishments with us and return to visit, to mentor the students who follow in your footsteps. We need you now as role models for those coming up, because that's what you are. That's what you have become by virtue of earning the seat where you are sitting today. And we need you as ambassadors for Hofstra to tell the world what is going on at this most wonderful university. You are now our shining example of all that we do and represent. So once again, congratulations to the class of 2021, and Godspeed.
Now I have the privilege of introducing a very special video message from the senior senator from the state of New York, our nation's Senate Majority Leader and a great friend to Hofstra University, the Honorable Chuck Schumer. Please watch the video.
Hello, Hofstra University. This is Senator Chuck Schumer, and it's my honor to address the faculty and staff, the families and friends of the graduates, but most of all, you, the graduates. Congratulations. Now, everyone says your senior year in college will be the most memorable, and for many of you, it probably has been, but certainly not in the way you expected. The challenges of this moment are truly unique, but so has been our collective response. The fact that we're celebrating this graduation and not letting COVID stand in the way, even if we're celebrating differently, Just goes to show you that New Yorkers won't let anything stop us from honoring what's so important in life. And nothing can take away from the fact that you've earned a degree from such a fine institution of higher learning. So graduates, my message to you is simple. Right now, it may feel like the future is uncertain. Many of you may not be sure of what you're going to do next, but what has been true throughout history is just as true today. That even in times of difficulty, there are always new opportunities, new ways of thinking, of doing things a better way. Our nation is overcoming this pandemic, and we will need your help and your courage to rebuild our country even stronger than it was before. We must make our society better, and we know we will, because you are our future leaders and we have faith in you. So to the graduates, I say once again, congratulations, good luck, and Godspeed.
It's my pleasure now to ask Trustee and Board Chair Donald Schaefer to come forward to greet you on behalf of the Board of Trustees of Hofstra and to introduce the candidate for an honorary degree, Kathryn Marinello.
Thank you, President Poser. I would like to take a moment on behalf of the Board of Trustees to congratulate the class of 2021 on your graduation and welcome you, your families and friends to this celebration of your academic achievement. We are proud of you and acknowledge your hard work and the resilience you have shown during these extraordinarily difficult times. We hope that you will follow your passions and are confident that your future will be exemplary. Please know that Hofstra will always be here for you as you go forward. You are an important part of the enduring bond of the Hofstra family, and we look forward to your leadership role in providing guidance and support to the Hofstra students who will be following in your footsteps. It is now my privilege to welcome Kathryn Marinello, an alumna of the Frank G. Zarb School of Business. Ms. Marinello, who is presently the President and Chief Executive Officer of PODS LLC, a $1 billion moving and storage company, has served in a number of senior executive roles across the consumer, financial, and technology industries throughout her career. Prior to joining PODS in January of this year, she was President, CEO, and a member of the Board of Directors of Hertz Global Holdings, Inc. from January 2017 to May 2020. It was during this time, in 2018, that she was named one of Fortune magazine's top 20 female CEOs leading a Fortune 500 company. In previous leadership roles, Ms. Marinello was a senior advisor at Ayers Management LLC, a global alternative investment manager, chair, president, and CEO of Stream Global Services, Inc., a business process outsource service provider, and chair, CEO, and president of Ceridian Corporation, a provider of human resources software and services. Before that, she served in a broad range of senior roles during her 10 years at General Electric, leading global multi-billion-dollar financial and services businesses and subsidiaries. Since April 2014, Ms. Marinello has served as a director of the Volvo Group, a multinational manufacturing company, and she previously served as a director of General Motors from July 2007 to December 2016. In September 2021, Kathryn Marinello was honored as Hofstra University's Alumna of the Year. I now ask Ms. Marinello to step forward for the presentation of an honorary degree, along with President Poser and Interim Provost Lenahan. President Poser, for Kathryn Marinello's distinguished career achievements and her long-standing friendship and service as a Hofstra alumna, it is my honor to present her as a candidate for the Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
The Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, is awarded by Hofstra University to honor exceptional individuals for their outstanding career achievements. Kathryn Marinello, in recognition of your professional achievements, it is my privilege and honor to present you with the Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa. Congratulations.
Wow. Good afternoon, everybody. First, let me thank Susan Poser and the chairman of the board, Don Schaefer, and the Board of Trustees for the honor of being here today. I'd also like to thank, and he can't be here today, but I think he's watching, Dr. Joel Evans for all the support he gave me while attending the MBA program here, as well as the ongoing support he provided as I launched into my career. And finally, I'd like to thank Janet Lanahan and Al Kelly for being persistent and consistent in having me attend different events and participate on an ongoing basis with Hofstra. Congratulations to all of you in earning your degree. It is a critical accomplishment and an important initial step in writing your own story. It certainly was for me. In my case, it positioned a very ordinary person to have extraordinary opportunities, which has brought me here today to have the honor of making today's commencement speech. Choosing to come to Hofstra, choosing your major, are just a few of the many choices you'll make in defining your destiny. There is one choice, though, in particular, that you'll find you'll have to make over and over again. I cannot emphasize enough that this will be the most important choice you will have to continue to make. That choice is whether you decide to let the world happen to you or you will happen to the world. Put in another way, understanding you are in control of the outcomes in your life, in the good times and the bad times. Happiness doesn't happen because of good luck or good fortune. It doesn't happen because you get more than your fair share of good opportunities or good things that present themselves along the way in your life's journey. It happens because you understand that you are responsible for making your own happy. No one else but you. Think of someone you know that has had a lot of bad breaks, and they commiserate, they opine on life hasn't been fair, and they are the victim, and they feel powerless, and they act powerless. Then think of somebody you know, a friend or a family member that has had just about every bad thing thrown at them, but they continue to march on, power through, and actually seem happy. And they feel power, not helplessness, that a victim feels. And despite it all, they are happy. Being in control, the power one feels when they decide to take control, defines confidence. As a result of working in and sitting on boards of Fortune 5 companies, I've had the honor to meet many very influential and powerful CEOs and world leaders, including 3 of our presidents. They all agreed that when choosing a team, they look for confidence. confidence that you control destiny, your destiny in all situations. It doesn't mean you win every time. It does mean you find a win in every situation. There is always one there. And that's the most important part of my story to share with you. Not that I achieved one of the ultimate goals in corporate America to be a CEO of a Fortune 500 company or make a fortune list of the most powerful women. It's along the way I've never let the failures or the roadblocks, the gender bias, be an excuse for finding a win in every situation. The few times I did get caught up in believing I was a victim of circumstances, I remembered it really is a mental game. I had to stop. I had to ask myself, was I going to be a victim? Was I going to be miserable? Or was I going to work a little harder at finding the win and move on? The best advice I ever got from someone, Kathy, you are the only one who's responsible for your happiness. And sometimes you'll have to do some work, hard work, but it beats the heck out of being miserable. So here's how a very ordinary person like me ended up having an extraordinary career. And Hofstra played a pivotal, critical role in what brought me here today. I was working in an extraordinarily boring job as a cost accountant in a manufacturing company in Long Island. It was unbelievably boring. I decided that I would die of boredom, and if that was going to be my career, I would definitely not survive, so I moved to Plan B. I applied to the MBA program, and out of the blue, the head of the program called and advised me that I should apply for an assistantship. Never did I think I'd qualify, but I applied, and I got it. Towards the end of my program, while I was writing my thesis, and Dr. Evans, you tortured me through multiple versions of that thesis, he also gave me some advice that really did end up turning my life into an extraordinary career. And that was, there's this new industry burgeoning out of the banks. And it's this new thing called MasterCard and Visa credit cards. So that tells you how old I am. And he said, you know what? They're really having a tough time finding people to take jobs there. And people, he meant white males who wanted traditional banking jobs like private banking, investment banking, et cetera, and they thought this credit card thing was silly. So I actually went through the want ads, and back then, guys, you took out the newspaper and you looked for ads in the paper, and I looked for anything that said Visa or MasterCard, and I ended up finding a job as a controller with Barclays Visa. From there, I rode the exponential growth that occurred in the credit card industry. The successes and growth I achieved in taking on diverse and ever larger businesses positioned me well for further career moves and eventually my first CEO role. I was sitting in your seat more years ago than I care to admit, and I never planned or thought I would be a CEO of a Fortune 500 company or sit on the board of a Fortune 5 company. But I did decide while I was at Hofstra that I was going to keep pushing forward, keep expecting the most of myself. I was the happiest learning new things, taking the tough job, being challenged. I sometimes call this, I needed brain candy. I accepted early on that because I was a woman, I was going to have to work harder than my male peers to get ahead, that no matter how many times or how unfair, I just had to accept that as part of the challenge. Never to let it be an excuse or feel the victim. And when I did get the big job, sometimes people would say, looks like this time they checked the diversity box. And I said, well, you know what? For the 100 times I didn't get the big job because I am a woman, I'll take it. And they really didn't move on past that. So the reality, there you go. Ladies, you can do it. And by the way, a sense of humor in the corporate world goes a real long way, trust me. And the numbers around women, only 30 for probably the last 10 to 20 years running Fortune 500 companies, support that it's pretty hard. But I will tell you, working hard, and not giving up was something I could control. I could not control gender bias. My story is that an ordinary person can do extraordinary things. And the how? It's simple. Hard work, but simple. I decided, and it really was here at Hofstra, that I would be relentless in making my own happy in life. I decided I had enough smarts and ability, and if I worked hard enough, I could learn just about anything. Just simple confidence, confidence from deciding I could control the outcomes in my life. And despite all the bad breaks, bias, and failures, there would always be another opportunity ahead for a win. And you heard President Poser say that. It's a stream of opportunities throughout your life. There is pretty much an even number, maybe this is good news or bad news, of wins and losses. So just keep on pushing forward through a loss and turn it into the next, or go on to the next win. And speaking of wins, my best wins have been my sons, and this is where I can't get choked up, and they're here with me today, Christian, Matthew, and Joey. Thank you. I could not have dreamed of more wonderful sons. And, you know, they are here with me today. They pushed through a lot of moves to different states, a lot of moves to different schools, and all sorts of things, and supported me through it all. And I'm even more thrilled that they have found wonderful women in their lives. Thank you, Lauren and Allie and Meg, for loving my sons. And then there is our infamous Unc G. Unc G, he is my uncle, my brother and my kid's uncle, for being here and supporting me. By the way, he used to toss me some money when I was going to school and flat broke, so that made a difference, and I'm sure that's happened to you. And thanks to my other family and friends that are here today. You know, as far as one of the best words of advice I can give you again is love your family, keep them close. Your friends may come and go, but your family will always, always be there for you. You know, stay close, love them. And appreciate them. And I actually didn't plan this, but as I looked out in this audience and saw all these wonderful young people about to make an impact in the world, I guess I ask you, please, you know, there's a Bible verse that says, to much, you know, someone is given, much is expected. Please help us, you know, be a better country loving each other. You know, we just heard the national anthem. You know, I survived through the whole 9/11 mess down on Wall Street. And what was amazing about New York and being a New Yorker is that people really came together, showed compassion, and loved each other, and came back through just enormous, you know, suffering and misery. So, you know, try the best to look beyond all the politics and everything else. Love each other, support each other, do good in the world. And so, as you go out and do good in the world, yes. So, God bless you all, and please never forget, even if you are or feeling like you're just an ordinary person, you can go out and have an extraordinary life. Good luck to you all.
Thank you, Kathryn, for those wonderful words of wisdom for our graduates. And now to the part of the program we have all been waiting for. Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Engineering, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Science, and Bachelor of Science in Education degrees please stand? President Poser, I have the honor to present those candidates from the Zarb School of Business, the Herbert School of Communication, the School of Education, the DeMatta School of Engineering and Applied Science, the Calico School of Government, Public Policy, and International Affairs, the School of Health Professions and Human Services, the School of Humanities, Fine and Performing Arts, Hofstra College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, and the School of Natural Sciences and Mathematics, who have successfully completed all of the requirements for the bachelor's degree. I join with the faculty and the deans from each of the schools and colleges in recommending that you confer the appropriate degree upon these candidates.
Graduates, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of Hofstra University and by the regents of the state of New York, and upon recommendation of the provost and your deans and faculty, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Engineering, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Science, or Bachelor of Science in Education as appropriate. You are now entitled to all of the rights, privileges, and opportunities afforded by your degree. Our heartiest congratulations.
While the faculty and administration are very proud of our graduates, in order to maintain safety, we ask that all attendees refrain from the customary handshake and hugging. Graduates will receive a gift as they cross the stage. Now, will the graduates please step forward to be recognized by President Poser, Chair Schaefer, and the Dean of your school. Your names will be read by Hofstra College of Liberal Arts and Sciences Associate Dean Jean Giebel, Herbert School of Communication Assistant Dean Michelle Roberts, DeMatta School of Engineering and Applied Science Associate Dean David Rooney, and the Zarb School of Business Senior Associate Dean Letitia Vickery.
Haley Simmons. Jared Marks. Caitlin Tannenbaum. Kristen Hansen. Olivia Wiss. Caitlin Snell. Samantha Whitman. Wiley Fletcher. Zachary Kaluro. Brian Pitts. Rocco DiStefano. Gianna Chen. Isabel Jensen. Jennifer Thiel. Rachel Berlin. Uma Badram. Gabriella Moore. Juliette Isles. Lenora Rutten. Thomas Caputo. Christina Toto. Domenica Gregorini. Sarah Sampson. Lauren Grazaro. Victoria Fablas. Ivana Rahman. Alexa McCall. Jillian Salas. Corin DuBois. Christopher Blake, Samuel Lombara, Christopher Lewis, Chase Thomas, Sierra Beckman, Stephanie Minatillo, Perihan Nassar, Hannah Latoile, Brianna Diaz, Sophie Ramirez, Aditya Ladha, Caitlin Hilder, Marissa Skirka, Lauren Delabovi, Brianna Donnelly, Kavya Rao, Nicole Park, Madison Klee, Sarah Samad, Samanshu Gotra, Michael Pesca, Kayla Amaya, Sabrina Josephson, Riley Cordell.
Angelo Tiglio. Brooklyn Francis. Frankie O'Brien. Alexandria Clark. Kayla Baxter. Graciela Jaxel. Sastra Johanna Horn. Angie Garrido Mendoza. Gabriela Ocampo Mahida. David Deviov. Jashandeep Gill. Zoya Ramzan. Jore Garcia. Justine Justice Brackenridge. Imani Thompson. Amanda Ebbison. Jordan Littleboy. Sophia Trupp. Joshua Banfield. Stephen Panagulias. Leah Abelman. Farah Edmond. Vincenzo Loricchio. Mina Chang. Leanne Little. Jillian Burnham. Esther Katz. Erin McCall. Natalie Idoni. Frank Buffalino. And now the Frank G. Zarb School of Business. James Skopek. Irvin Young. Jay Zagori. Harry Persad. Megan Chekovich. Connor Gaynor. Joshua Ortiz. Marmo Lejose. Michael Tragali. Shakur Kwanjaja. Jeffrey Trebor. Jordan Pitt. Jordan Kanik. Maya Mehta. Daniel Pfeiffer. Robinpreet Dillon. Rasul Ramon. Joseph Ardita. Riley Monteleone. Gianna Mitchell.
Amanda Nastasi. Layla Osman. Vincent Tamburello. Michael Del Bene. Brianna Grill. Alejandra Ruffini. Sophia Margaritas. Layla Drossman. Joseph Perna. Matthew Gonzalez. Cameron Okaneski. William Belloli. Amber Meistrick. Nicole Russo. Roberto Blanco. Ken Liu. Jillian Little. Maximilian Finocchi. Jana Esposito. Jason Yelner. James Zobian. Donald Kelly. Hesham Khan. Matthew Denian. Jonathan Bennett. Adrienne Puran. Diego Souza. John DeLeo. Cecilia Del Simone. Dawood Ben Wasif. Saima Akhtar Khan. Santos Garcia. Philip Steiger. Jack Nuttall. George O'Malley. Lucy Shepard. Alexis Welsh. Zhisheng Wang. Riman Baskaran. Nathaniel Lewis. Jamel Hughes. Darren Butler. Tania Guzman. James Curti. The Lawrence Herbert School of Communication. Joseph Tai. Michael Solinas. Michaela Erickson. Jessica Zhang. Visvajit Sriramajan. Vincent Lospinuzzo, Torin Hyde, Alicia Renda, Amber LaRocco, Casey Clark, Jenna Clark, Audra Doolin,
Marjorie Rogers, Abigail Franz, Dee Altry, Andy Liu, Maria Margaritis, Megan Layden, Joanna Shang, Zachary Corner, Bridget Van Well, Jade Leviton, Deja Gross, Haley Brennan, Christopher Fusco, Brian Smith, Robert D'Elia, Nata Muskudiani, Yolani Paz, Melanie Casino, O'Brien Ellis, Sasha Horn, Graciela Jaskill, and now the Fred DeMatteis School of Engineering and Applied Science. Max Richmond, Matthew Kowalski, Matthew Powell, Harrison Lederer, John Conlon, Key-In Kelly, Stephen Saputo, Michelle Yusupov, Osman Taki, Waleed Shahid, Kawerver Rundava, Roger Aguilar, Willifred Bai, Savian McLean, Robert Lewis, Raiden Edwards, Francesca Cardenas, Megan Richards, William King, Ricardo Lopez, Solani Rai, Massimo Caiozo, Matthew Elbing, Alex Hugger, Kevin Miller, Yingzi Wang, and now the School of Health Professions and Human Services.
Joseph Albano, Taylor Vetter, Sarah Brugaglio, Shihab Shihadullah, Cameron Fahardi, Sarah Posner, Heather Kalatik, Matthew Dorn, Lucy Porter, Jordan Gary, Alexis Morales, Adea Wint, Jasmine Sharma, Phaedra Thomas. Jacqueline V.
All right, one final order of business before we move to graduate students. To make your commencement ceremony complete, will all the undergraduates who have just joined the alumni of Hofstra University please move your tassel from right to left to signify the end of this chapter in your academic pursuits. Congratulations. Now, with the candidates for the Master of Arts, Master of Business Administration, Master of Fine Arts, Master of Health Administration, Master of Public Health, Master of Science in Education, and advanced certificates, please stand. President Poser, I have the honor to present these candidates from the Zarb School of Business, the Herbert School of Communication, the School of Education, the DeMatteis School of Engineering and Applied Science, the School of Health Profession and Human Services, the School of Humanities, Fine and Performing Arts, the School of Natural Science and Mathematics, and the Hofstra Northwell School of Nursing and Physician Assistant Studies, who have successfully completed all the requirements for the master's degree or advanced certificate. I join with the faculty and the deans from each of these schools and colleges in recommending that you confer the appropriate degree upon these candidates.
Graduates, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of Hofstra University and by the regents of the state of New York, and upon recommendation of the provost, your deans, and faculty, I confer upon you Master of Arts, Master of Business Administration, Master of Fine Arts, Master of Health Administration, Master of Public Health, Master of Science in Education, or Advanced Certificate as appropriate. You are now entitled to all of the rights, privileges, and opportunities afforded by your degree. Congratulations.
And once again, while the faculty and administration are so very proud of all of our graduates, in order to maintain safety, we ask that all attendees refrain from the customary handshake or hugging. Graduates will receive a gift as they cross the stage. Will the graduates step forward to be recognized by President Poser, Chair Schaefer, and the deans of your schools? Your names will be read by the Zarb School of Business Senior Associate Dean, Brian Caligiuri, Vice Provost for Accreditation and Assessment, Stavros Valenti, Hofstra Northwell School of Nursing and Physician Assistant Studies, Associate Program Director in the Department of Physician Assistant Studies, Mark Laplanier, Hofstra College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, and Senior Associate Dean of the School of Education, Stacy Zaleski.
Hofstra College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. Nicole Harris. Emma Trombetta. Paul Camoli. Hofstra School of Education. Corey Ann Cadet. Caitlin San Filippo. Julia Esposito. Brittany Lindo. Gabriella Silva. Megan Plant. Michael Campione. Brittany Bachman. Jacqueline Melger. Blake Heller. Valerie Salmini. Jennifer Balzan. Patricia Pools. Sahar Malik. Carmela Rossi. Taylor Geen. Zachary Kaplan. Zachary Carrillo. Virginia Camburas. Megan LaGuardia. Peter Ketchian. Carla Mara.
Ciara Rafferzerman. Anwar Robinson. Victoria Rodriguez. Victoria Minilofo. Janice Chopik. Samantha Coping. And from the Frank Zarb School of Business, Mary Shatara. Tyler Deanian. Kayla Hodge. Danielle Thomas. Taylor Lee. Cheyenne Mohammed. Storm Strognan. Omar Qureshi. Allison Asante. Frank Damedio. Jennifer Fields. Derianne McLeenan. Diane Rhymes. I'm so sorry. Dana Allen. Angela Fioretti. Alexandra Toscano. Justin Chupanco. Ariana Grossfeld. Madison Kazam. Geraldine Tu. Tara Brown. Alejandro Binacourt Ramirez. Matthew Crangley. Assad Hussein. Daria Golan. Priya Patel.
Sukhpreet Singh. Olivia Farmer. Noah Gallietta. Jia Lin Chen. Guopeng Zhou. Jingi Li. Hangtong Nu. Yingying Zhang. Zhaohui Pan. Ying Zhang. Yinu Abetu. Meritan Rouhani. Alana Karsich. Abraham Chandi Arukuzi. Brittany Cannon. Kevin York. Sydney Martinez. Rachel Lamare. Brianna Chauza. Joyce Hidalgo. Kelly Dorney. Marilyn Puka. Jonathan Amatuli. Michael Safarello. Hasnain Vargas. Nikhil Adhikari. Adam Israel. Jonathan Foss. Gina Ferreira. Zikai Wang. Quinchan Zhang. Sonia Devi. Kelsey Dowling. Emma Sands. Anil Bapodra. Danielle Golden. Ritzel Tuazan Bar. Ryan Mongru. Sherlyn Marchell. Joshua Cohen. Yvonne Barana. Maria Phillips. Lindsay Quinnell. Zheshong Q. Adamaide Ketyu. David Kalavash. Syed Moz Hassan Kazami. Zipe Yang. Jacqueline Fowler. Juani Liao. Henge Gu. Danlin Lee. Lichuan Deng.
Lawrence Herbert School of Communication. Seth Noba. Esmeralda Luciano. Marianis Marte. Stephanie Banat. Fred Matias School of Engineering and Applied Sciences. James Neary. Caitlin Parente. Gianna Rojas Bautista. Ryan George. Sharshank Baradawash. Jared Candelaria. What's that? School of Health Professions and Human Services. Rachel Shirsankar. Mila Kalvaka Capone. Kathryn Rahel. Jenny Ann Kennedy. Ashley Noswicki. Danielle Minardi. Isabel Peters. Christopher Herman. Wendy Chate. Harshana Luknath. Mariella Suarez. Matthew Cusalas. Rachel Castillo Perla. Olivia Lang. Nicole Kiminiti. Haley Asfath. Marcella Sanchez. Danielle Stevens. Amanda Rodriguez. Lauren Teresi. Andrew Adrian. Scott Goldbranson. Rachel Schwartz. Amanda Roberto. Michelle Patron. Amanda Guthrie. Lorena Arces. Pamela Villatoro. Melissa Mazzella. Monterey Miller. Kara Gibbons. Edgar Granizo. Parole Deer. Matthew Friedman. Kristen Rose Kuza. Lily Bernardi. Dara Matthew. Morgan Hernushin.
Kristen Ekstrom. Demi Thomas. Madeline Kaufman. Amy Tran. Rachel Taylor. Daniela Santos. Alicia Stankiewicz. Christy McAuliffe. Brionna Martinez. Jillian Grisbowski. Kanchan Keswani. Leslie Portillo. Kiara Williams. Madeline Murray. Khadija Steele. Sonam Chauhan. Susmita Paul. Wingna Wong. Meilu Prince. Alexis Dunn. Lucinda Baptiste. Kevin Poblete. Jovan Letter Booker. Lauren Mastriani. Brianna Lombardi. Christine Menona. Sophia Juma. Julia Drubel. It's really small. Okay. Jero Lorenzo. Cameron Ilgner. Monica Mangard. Amy Gomez. Victoria Chimgorzuman Orji. Trevona Pollard Crooks. Peter Tricarico. Roxana Backer. Chuchuan Yu. Kelsey Jean-Jacques.
Hofstra School of Nursing and Physician Assistant Studies. Zachary Yingling. Asma Khalid. Montserrat Rouche. Neha Sharma. Rebecca Katz. Shoshana Mellis. Lauren Lacey. Ashley Smetana. Jessica Persabali. Dalia Jawabra. Beverly Varghese. Nupur Mehta. Justina James. Rachel Dow. Rianne J.C. Medell. Stephen Varghese. Christina D. Camasio. Tina Marie Cassiano. Shannon Bennett. Morgan Hanel. Shannon Dauscher. Sydney Ostrowski. Jennifer Kiggins. Abigail Kanelitik. Alina Skonos. Ashley Ellis. Marissa Needle. Hallie Orgas. Brenna Cole. Antonella Vigalotti. Krista O'Leary. Matthew Pike. Laura Lasco. Michaela Mello. Courtney Lau. Marianne Kirby. Selvin Rose. Jamalia Azem. Renee Laquette. Tiffany Lassiter.
Will the candidates for the degree of Juris Doctor please stand? President Poser, I have the honor to present these candidates who have successfully completed all of the requirements for the degree of Juris Doctor from the Maurice A. Dean School of Law, and I recommend, together with their faculty, that you confer the appropriate degree upon these candidates.
Graduates, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of Hofstra University and by the Regents of the State of New York, and upon the recommendation of the Provost, Dean, and faculty, I confer upon you the degree of Juris Doctor. You are now entitled to all the rights, privileges, and opportunities afforded by your degree. Congratulations.
While the faculty and administration are very, very proud of our graduates, in order, as we have heard from our provost, to maintain safety, we ask that all attendees refrain from touching, including the customary hugging and handshakes upon our graduates, and they will receive a gift as they cross the stage. Will the graduates please step forward to be introduced by our academic dean, Senior Associate Dean Julian Koo, and hooded by Professors Brenna Fussell and Kevin McElroy, and recognized by President Susan Poser and me. Thank you.
Maria Famglietti. Kayla Marie Griffin. Sanjay Sukhida Hudia. Emily Kerrigan. Sheila Flores Allende. Greta Isayev. Reginald Bacchus. Oh, okay. Robert Quinn. Katrina Harding. Jerry Williams. Shauna Lamagna. Congratulations.
Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Laws and Master of Arts please rise? They went? They did? Okay. Thank you very, very much.
You already graduated them. I think I better say my part, though. I have the honor, graduates, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of Hofstra University and by the Regents of the State of New York, and upon recommendation of the Provost, Dean, and faculty, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Laws or Master of Arts as appropriate. You are now entitled to all the rights, privileges, and opportunities afforded by your degree. Congratulations to all. Just so we got to be legal about this with the lawyers, especially. Congratulations.
Will the School of Education candidates for the degree Doctor of Education please stand? President Poser, I have the honor now to present to you these candidates who have satisfied all the requirements for the degree Doctor of Education in the School of Education. I am pleased to join with the faculty in recommending that you confer the degree Doctor of Education upon these candidates.
Graduates, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of Hofstra University and by the Regents of the State of New York, and upon recommendation of the Provost and your Dean and faculty, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Education. You are now entitled to all of the rights, privileges, and opportunities afforded by your degree. Congratulations.
While the faculty and administration are very proud of our graduates, in order to maintain safety, we ask that all attendees refrain from the customary handshake and hugging. Graduates will receive a gift after they cross the stage. I ask that the doctoral advisors please come forward to assist in the hooding. Will the candidates please come forward to be introduced by Senior Associate Dean of the School of Education, Stacy Zalewski.
Dr. Francine Wisniewski. Dr. Caitlin Donovan DeMayo. Dr. Nicole Ide. Dr. Christina Commons Kraus. Dr. Gina Sipley. Congratulations, doctors.
Will the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences candidates for the degrees Doctor of Philosophy or Doctor of Psychology please stand? President Poser, I have the honor now to present to you those students who have satisfied all the requirements for the degree Doctor of Philosophy or Doctor of Psychology in the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. I am pleased to join with the faculty in recommending that you confer the degrees Doctor of Philosophy or Doctor of Psychology as appropriate upon these candidates.
Graduates, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of Hofstra University and by the Regents of the State of New York, and upon recommendation of the Provost and the Dean and faculty, I'm delighted to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy or Doctor of Psychology as appropriate. You are now entitled to all of the rights, privileges, and opportunities afforded by your degree. Congratulations.
I ask that the doctoral advisors please come forward to assist in the hooding. Will the candidates please come forward to be introduced by Vice Dean for Student Academic Affairs and First-Year Programs for Hofstra College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, Christian M. Weingartner.
Dr. Gabriella Nissan. Dr. Kian Betancourt. Dr. Kimberly Rubenstein.
I am pleased to now introduce Senior Vice Provost Komala Shahani-Denning, who will present the H. Allen Robinson Outstanding Doctoral Dissertation Award.
The H. Allenson Outstanding Dissertation Award was established more than 30 years ago and continues to be awarded annually due to the generosity of the late Professor Emeritus of Reading, Dr. H. Allen Robinson. Dr. Robinson, a nationally recognized authority in reading, was a chair of the Hofstra University Department of Reading and an interim dean of the School of Education. The purpose of this award is to encourage and honor a doctoral candidate who has submitted an outstanding dissertation worthy of scholarly and professional recognition. I am pleased to announce this year's recipient, Michael McGuire, for his dissertation entitled Organizational Disidentification, Scale Development and Construct Validation. Michael's dissertation has focused on developing a measure to better understand what workers feel when they are forced by circumstances to stay in an organization that they do not want to be affiliated with. This research is even more significant in light of the great resignation occurring in today's workplace. His dissertation has demonstrated the relationship between job disidentification and critical employee attitudes and behaviors. Congratulations to Michael. Please come forward to be congratulated by President Poser and Provost Lenahan.
Let's have one more round of applause for all of our graduates today. Congratulations.
We invite you, following this ceremony, to mark this very, very special occasion and take photos anywhere outside on our beautiful campus. As a reminder, due to public health concerns, the reception previously scheduled for the physical education building has been canceled. I ask the audience to remain in their seats until the academics recession has left the stage. Congratulations, class of 2021!